Opinions vary.
And said they're not going out of the house at all anymore.
Really?
Yeah, Jason is not even doing, like, when he goes and does a fuel delivery, he refuses to, like, he's not dealing with anybody, and they have to send his paperwork to his office. He won't touch it.
Yeah, good idea.
And then when he goes home, he takes off his clothes and goes straight to the shower before he touches anyone. And he's now ordering everything, groceries and whatnot, and they're not leaving at all.
It's a good idea.
I mean, they'll know they're safe. I wish everyone could do that. I mean, like, you deal with the public either way.
Yeah, we're all bleached up and gloved up.
Right. That's why I don't think the mask thing's a bad idea. I don't understand how they wouldn't be effective. I mean, I get if not everyone's wearing them, they're not effective. But if say I had it, and you and I are both wearing masks, that has to provide some extra protection.
Well, of course.
I mean, and like, why couldn't you, like when we sew the masks, why couldn't we put just like a thin piece of, like, say, saran wrap in between the two materials to create like an actual protective barrier inside of the mask?
Well, you're supposed to breathe through the filter. The masks are filters.
Right, and I guess that would make it sweaty.
Well, what it would do is actually stop it from filtering. So all the oxygen you'd get would be around the mask instead of through the filter. I think what it comes down to is the fact that there's places where there's lots of people all jammed together. And those are going to be the epicenters. Those are going to get the worst of the worst.
Well, that's why, like, I can honestly tell you, every time I go to the grocery store, people are not respecting a 6-foot rule.
Nobody does. And there's no real way to do it.
No, I know. It's very difficult.
The grocery store wasn't designed for people to be 6 feet apart.
But I'm saying no one even tries.
It's the grocery store.
Like, I was standing in line, and there's marked spots.
Yeah.
So that you know where you're supposed to stand. And the guy behind me is, like, literally breathing over my shoulder. And so I clearly look down at my thing and step away, and he doesn't do anything.
You just
And
gotta
I don't
say
want to be
something.
that bitch that's like, 6 feet, dude.
That's
like,
what you.
stand over on that square.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Well, that feels rude. And so that's probably why no one says anything. And they've got some plastic up now to provide protection for the cashier, but it doesn't really work because, like, here's the money thing, here's the plastic, and so you're really not standing behind the plastic. Even though she is, you're right around the corner.
Well, at least maybe it's not direct.
It just makes sense to me that if everyone was wearing masks, that it would have to cut down on the spread a little bit.
Sure.
I understand they're not
I'm sure it
100%
would.
effective, but
I'm sure it would.
I mean, if you and I are both wearing one, at least it's going to stop droplets and larger particles. I mean, to some extent.
I don't think that it takes much for you to get it. I think that's the thing. It just spreads so quick. I don't know that masks are that big of a deal. Like, I don't know they'll stop them.
All of the.
Yep.
Like the CDC and whatnot are saying that, like, the masks don't do any good.
They don't.
But they can't say they don't do any good.
The problem is it's against the flu and a cold, yes. But this, for whatever reason, is so easy to get. And that's why it doesn't really do anything. It's super contagious. You can get it from anything. You can get it from a droplet. You can get it from breath. It lives outside the body a long time.
Oh, yeah. Kylie's boyfriend was telling me they found now that it can be 20-something hours.
Yeah, outside the body.
That it's living outside the body, and it just lingers in the air.
Pretty much.
I mean, you walk by a spot someone walked by 30 minutes ago, and you can still get it from the air there. That's just insane.
Technically, but...
That's insane. That is a turbo virus, if that's the case. Like, that's insane.
But if it's that easy to get, it's probably going to be that easy for our bodies to create an antibody over time.
Right.
Because if it's
they
that
need
easy...
to find the people that are asymptomatic and
right.
figure out why.
Oh, don't
I mean, obviously,
they're
sure
probably
they're
doing
trying
that.
to figure that out. Exactly. I like to find finding out that supposedly if you've had it before, you can't get it again. At least for a period of time. They don't know how long.
Well, I've heard people getting it twice.
Well, that was rumored at first too. It was also rumored that dogs could get it.
True.
So
who knows? And
but I watched this on a credible news source.
Yeah.
An hour-long program, and
That
he's-
is, yeah.
the guy specifically that was talking, I have respect for, and he
Yeah.
said that they've been testing on animals, which sounds horrible, but apparently they have been, and the ones that had already recovered from it were not able to
Yeah, right.
reinfect.
Well, the thing is
So they're
that
trying to figure out how long that lasts, and if they've created antibodies that they can take out and use on
Right.
people that are sick to help them get better
right.
faster.
The problem is that our initial information came from China. So all the initial stuff that we thought,
Well, and I'm gathering from everything I hear that we really can't trust China.
No!
So I don't know why.
that was the whole reason why Trump originally was like, let's get our stuff back from China. They actually talked about it at one point.
Ugh, I just want this to all be over with.
It will be soon.
Will it though? Mm-hmm. They're saying that the chances are very high that we will reinfect in the fall, even if it does go away. I mean,
Well,
from previous studies with other viruses, they do die down in the warmer months because it's UV lights are a natural virus killer.
yeah, but don't you think with some of these new treatments that may not work, maybe they do, maybe it only works on certain people, it will at least create more research. And I'm sure at the end of that research, they'll be able to figure out why. Dude gets it, doesn't have any symptoms, you get it, and you have a ventilator.
Well, and let's say I did have it, and I can't get it again. Am I carrying it? Am I like,
Right.
you know?
See, that's what we don't know. It's just not tested. And eventually, there.
Do I not have to worry about it ever again? Like, at that rate, let's all get it once. And
Right.
the thing is why are some people I've seen people that are younger and healthy and have no underlying health problems have a very serious case of it. Is it a different strain?
Possibly.
Then other people that should get the high risk get through it and fairly on their own, and then they're back to normal. So
Well, it just may have to do with, yes, it's probably different. It's probably the same. Maybe it just. Because we all have been taking a lot of antibiotics in our systems for a really long time. And so, over time, sicknesses.
yeah, they mutate.
To some extent,
They figure
yeah.
out your defense against them,
Right.
and they learn how to mutate to get around it.
Right.
I get that, but
At
like,
this point, I think it's one of those viruses that's not been, tested enough on humans that there's just no information. All they've got
I'm
is
sure
what
they're
the.
working around the clock to figure it out.
Of course.
But
They probably know what it does to
happening.
the animals and where it came from and all that. They just don't know how to work with us because it's a different complex. It's maybe so simple as like even apes can't get it. They just can't. So I believe we're one of the first like true mammals that was able to.
Well, no, it mutated. It was found in the snakes and bats, is what they're saying.
Is that what the one?
That's
we
what they're
listened
saying.
to?
It's snakes and bats, and then it mutated and was able to attach to a human.
Right, but
And
that's
then
the
from
only
there,
mammal.
It mutated again. It's mutated twice since it's hit humans.
Who knows?
There's like strain J and strain something.
Well, maybe that's what's going on. Maybe
Question is, like,
Maybe there's several.
conspiracy theories just for fun to talk about. Is it possible that China did this on purpose?
yeah.
Willing to sacrifice some of their own people, get it under control, and then
Hong
start-
Kong had raids of like 7 million people every day. Riots, not some raids. Riots of like 7 million people a day. You know what I mean? That's a lot of people.
Why would a country want to hurt people to gain control? It just
That's the way of their system. They don't give them any information either. So the whole
it's
plan,
just disgusting.
the whole plan behind them, is if everyone works as a team, they're very powerful, and they are. And they're really good at working as a team.
So you do think it's possible that this was
I
done
think-
on purpose?
I think it's a possibility that someone let it out. I don't know at what level.
Well, it's definitely a possibility,
Mm-hmm.
but I would hope to God that is not the reality, because that's
Well, it just seemed to, after the fact, when you look back, it seems like it fixed a lot of the problems the Chinese were having with people not falling in line.
horrible.
We'll China's a superpower, and they got everybody under their thumb. And what difference does it make? They release this shit that, guess what? Most of the people there in China smoke. So it's really bad for smokers, I guess. This is one of the big things. And
I saw this clip that
50% of China
I
smokes.
can pull it up. I saw this clip on someone's Facebook that was a movie they were watching on
You know what to
Netflix.
do.
And in this movie, it was made in 2018. They were talking about releasing a tampered strain of coronavirus on the public that was designed
Dean
to
Koontz?
attack the lungs.
Yeah, Dean Koontz wrote it in a book.
Yeah, and this was
Like
written,
97.
This was in a movie 2 years ago, and it's, those things just they kind of blow my mind.
Who that is?
It's Wend.
Just hold, don't.
I'm just declining.
Here.
I'm just like, that's crazy. You know, it's even the coincidence of it is crazy. Definitely makes you wonder.
Yeah, it's
Guys, go to Netflix. This movie was made in 2018. This is the movie, okay? Go to season 1, episode 10, okay? And go to 53 minutes. I'm gonna play it for you guys. Remember, this was made 2 years ago, okay? This is some fucked up shit we're about to watch right now, okay?
that guy.
Yeah.
Oh, it's an Asian film.
Yeah. Oh, see, damn it.
Guys,
I have
go
to.
Netflix.
I would have to
This
read it to
movie
you.
was made- Guys, go to Netflix. This movie was made in 2018. This is,
Here,
guys, go to Netflix.
I have you. It's subtitled. I'd have to read it to you.
I downloaded myself a kung fu movie. It's called Iron Mask. It's got fucking Jackie Chan and shit. It's got a whole bunch of dudes. It looks more fun than kung fu, like more mysterious, like I don't know, old emperor shit. You might like this one because it'll have people in that you recognize.
Cool. So she just texted me that they ordered new ones today. She says the N95 ones. How is she able to order N95 masks when nurses and doctors can't get them?
Because there's places like My Pillow and these other companies that have decided to help make masks, and so they probably put a certain amount out for
Yeah, but
them.
isn't she
Certain amount.
not supposed to be ordering that kind?
Why
and
not?
saving them for the medical staff?
I don't know. I don't know what the rule is.
Well, I've been seeing tons about that. Do you need wait, what does this say? Social distancing pickup lines. Do you need toilet paper because I can be your Prince Charming?
I could be your Prince Charming.
That's
That is good.
your Prince Charming.
I'd probably use that one.